welcome to How's That Pokemon?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
It's a show where Kane and Kenneth teach me about all the generations of Pokemon
There's
that
a lot.
I never learned about because I stopped playing in 5th grade.
What a loser.
My name is Jacob Betts,
I'm Kane Reynolds.
I'm Kenneth Ribeiro.
and I am going to assign Kenneth and Kane 2 random Pokemon from a roster that I have selected. It's a roster built entirely out of Pokemon I don't know anything about. They are going to each get one, and they're going to try to convince me which one is better.
Wait, so what's the last game you played?
The last game I actually played?
Yeah.
The last game I think I played and finished was probably Emerald.
Right.
So we got four
4 generations of material.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you know a little bit, I know a little bit of Diamond and Pearl stuff, right?
Yeah, I know a little bit of Diamond and Pearl stuff. Now, for today's matchup, we've got 2 poison water types, both from Gen 6. I've got Skrelp and Toxapex.
Toxapex is from Gen 7.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
from Gen 7, sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
But Skrelp is from Gen 6. They're both poison water types. That's why I lined them up, so we could have a quick venomous fish showdown.
Okay.
Alright, now I'm going to flip a coin. This
All right.
goes to Skrelp. It'll be Kane if it's heads, Kenneth if it's tails. Alright, Kenneth, you got Skrelp.
Skrelp.
Which means I've got Toxapex. Okay, baby.
Fantastic. Kane, could you describe what Toxapex is? Like what it looks like, what its deal is, what it's about?
Yeah, it's a...
Looks like the
It's
Superdome.
like a marine... It's like a marine...
Kenneth, you're over here making a pretty good case for Toxapex.
It's... I don't know what the fucking animal is supposed to be called. It's like a fucking mollusk, but it's got like tentacles and shit. It's weird. It's like this little...
Like a nautilus?
I don't know.
Like a cuttlefish?
Yeah.
Let me see, I'll look up a picture.
It's fucking weird. Apparently it eats Corsola. So I don't know if that's for
I
you
love
or
those.
against you, but I love that. I love that little tidbit.
I love those like real world Pokemon
Facts.
definition facts.
It's like, where did they get this information? Because everything I see, they just all like walk around and hold hands and are best friends.
Yeah.
But like, the Pokedex is like, yeah. So apparently they kill one another.
Yeah, there's Zigzagoons out there fighting Vipers and
Yeah, the
There's Gloss over there, so.
the young goose kind of killed Eradicate and Alola. It's all some interesting shit.
I really like it when they're very pure animal. Like there's something sort of fun about the idea, like, no, this is nature and nature don't care.
And then you get really weirded out when Pokemon like Sock and Throw get thrown into the mix. Anyway, but we're talking
they're
about
born-
Toxapex
and they're born with clothes.
and Skrelp, and all I gotta say is, does Skrelp eat Corsola?
Well, Kenneth, how about you follow up? What is Skrelp's deal? What's it look like? What's it about? What's it do?
Skrelp is really a seahorse that looks like a really moody, like early 2000s band. Like he's the lead singer, but says nothing besides the song lyrics during the show. Like he doesn't do anything.
He's like, yes, this is
Yeah, this is,
He does have emo hair.
This is
yeah,
This is
or
Skrelp.
emo shell head.
Yeah, he has emo shell hair. And he does look like he's wearing eyeliner on the underside of his
Yes.
eye, that's a lot.
that goes
That's a lot.
Well, yeah.
He's using like a pack a day.
Yeah. Putting eyeliner under your eye is such a commitment. Like, that's a mood.
True.
Also, like Skrelp, its name is it's kelp. Like it literally hides as kelp underwater to avoid predatory attacks.
Oh, it's like
That's really cool.
It's like a sea dragon. They look
Yeah.
like, but there's already a sea dragon Pokemon.
Yeah, but he's
Oh, but
so
it-
he's
it
a seahorse
evolves-
that's based off of the Kelpie as well.
And it evolves literally into a dragon.
Dragalga.
It's a combination of dragon and algae. Is what he transforms into.
Yeah, because he's like the evil horsey.
He
Okay.
is.
So speaking
Yeah.
as somebody
He's
who
dark horsey.
Speaking as somebody who loved Pokemon growing up, so I do know at least a lot about Gens 1 and 2, how is Skrelp different from Horsey / Seadra / Kingdra?
It's a poison type.
But they're poison types, aren't they?
Nope.
No.
They're just plain water.
Isn't Seadra
They
a poison
learn.
type?
They
See,
Seadra's a poison type.
they're famous for knowing poison point and things like that.
Yeah?
But
They're just plain water
they're
types.
just plain water types.
Really?
And then Kingdra's a water dragon.
Huh. Interesting.
Skrelp loses its water typing when it evolves.
It loses its water type?
Yeah,
it becomes a dragon.
it comes in poison dragon.
Oh, but it stays, because it starts off water poison,
Yeah.
and then turns into
Yeah,
dragon
change water
poison.
to dragon.
Okay.
Oh, for the record, Toxapex is based off a starfish, a very specific starfish that's round.
What type of
It's called
starfish?
the crown of thorns starfish. Damn, you really got Toxapex. Okay, here's something that's interesting tidbit. Toxapex, obviously, because it's a big old shell Pokemon, it is the highest defense stat of any poison type Pokemon, unless it's a poison Pokemon. Which is pretty interesting when you're thinking about taking out some beefy fucking fairy types.
Oh, Skrelp is scrawny and kelp.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Scrawny little emo rocker.
Yeah, mine's not that fun.
I am here for scrawny emo rocker Pokemon.
Skrelp definitely wears all black.
Alright. When you think poison water type, Kenneth, just gonna throw this out there. Jacob, this is for you. When you think poison water type, what do you think the colors should be for the Pokemon? Poison, a nice shade of purple. Guess what Toxapex is? Underneath the shell. Purple.
Skrelp is purple.
But is the shell blue on Skrelp?
Doesn't have a shell.
The outside of Toxapex is blue, and that's... Wait, what type is that?
Skrelp.
Water type.
Skrelp has blue fins.
Yeah, but what's the main color of Skrelp?
Brown.
Oh, that's a ground type color.
Ooh, yeah, not a water type color.
Yeah, but the part you're forgetting is that Skrelp evolves into a dragon.
Oh, but I can't count that one though, because
But, you know.
we can't factor their evolutions in.
I mean, you can if you feel like it's your.
I'm not gonna take it though. This is a podcast about these two specific Pokemon.
Well, then if we're going that
Oh,
route,
it's Skrelp.
Toxapex is a fully evolved Pokemon, so its stats are going to be significantly better than Skrelp's.
Yeah, Skrelp's attack is 60.
All right, let's go into some. Let's go into some lore. Some Pokemon lore.
This is exactly what I wanted to
If you
hear.
didn't know, in the new Sun and Moon anime, which
didn't
is
know.
really important because it's the best of the anime, James gets a Marini, which inevitably turns into a Toxapex, which does the same bit that Victory Bell does from the original anime, but better because it's Toxapex, and it's in love with James. It's so cute. Toxapex is in love with James. Like,
Really?
yes, because James has blue hair, and it's supposed to look like Marini's, like, weird, for pre-evolution, of, like, it's weird. It has, like, weird, like, things coming out of its head.
Oh.
And then those things become the big shell of Toxapex. And so that's why they're blue.
Oh yeah, well Skrelp badly poisoned Pikachu, which Pikachu's like what, level 2,
Yo,
300 now?
Yo,
what level is
fuck.
it?
How many
Probably Pokemon.
How many water moves does Skrelp learn? Like, naturally? Just out of curiosity. 'Cause
There's Water Gun, Bubble, Water Pulse.
he knows... This is really weird, because he knows more water moves than Toxapex can learn. Although Marini
Aqua
probably
Tail.
can learn more.
Mhm.
Skrelp can learn Hydro Pump.
Yeah,
Nice.
the only water move that
Skrelp can learn
Toxapex learns is Liquidation.
I love when
But-
lower evolved Pokemon know like big ass moves
Yeah,
like
he
Hydro
can learn
Pump.
Dragon Pulse.
Yeah, dude.
He's not even a dragon yet.
But he turns into one.
Let's see Skrelp's egg move. He can learn Play Rough.
Can he
Fairy
now?
Move. Fairy move for a dragon Pokemon.
And how does Play Rough work?
It's a fairy move. That's super effective against Toxapex. Actually, you know, look, I'm not gonna lie. That's good. I mean, Toxapex does learn.
I bet Toxapex can't learn Surf,
It can learn Surf. It's a water type Pokemon. And
but it can't learn Waterfall. That high-powered move.
it can't learn Waterfall.
Can it learn Confide? Can you confide in Toxapex?
No, but it
Can
can.
you tell it your deepest, darkest
It
things?
can learn a bunch of ice moves. It learns Smackdown, which is a pretty decent rock type. It learns every single poison move in the game for the most part, it looks like. Which,
Including Toxic? Including Acid?
I think every
Yeah.
Pokemon can learn Toxic, right?
Including
Pretty much.
Poison
Yeah,
Point?
almost every Pokemon learns Toxic.
it learns a sweet, I think maybe this is a signature move? I'm not sure. It's called Venom Drench.
No, because
What the hell is Venom
I don't know, it's a
Drench?
status move, but it looks really cool.
I think Skrelp can learn that move too. I think I just saw it.
Really? What's it do? You probably saw Venom Shock, because Venom Shock is a...
No, I saw Venom Drench. It's an egg move though.
It's an egg move?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toxapex learns it regularly at level 44.
So I just looked up a picture of a Crown of Thorns starfish, and they do look pretty badass.
Right? They're really
badass.
pretty. They're really pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Skrelp's emo look isn't attractive. Well, I'm not into it, but some people are.
Oh,
But I am saying
can
that...
Toxapex learn Thunderbolt?
I also just did an image search on
Can
Toxapex.
Skrelp take a Thunderbolt? Because Toxapex defense stats can take a Thunderbolt.
Skrelp can't take anything.
I also just did an image search on Toxapex, and Toxapex seems to have I'm going to call it a not insignificant amount of anthro art that is kind of hot.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
You heard him.
This one is the first one that popped up.
Whoa, what a
Okay, that's that.
Yeah.
Just for imagination's sake, it's really just a woman wearing a
dress that looks like the starfish's.
Yeah.
Whatever those. What do I call those limbs? Are those? Are they? Is it the hair?
Skrelp's speed
It's
is
coming out of the head, but he loses his body.
I'm going to see if there is a solid human version of Skrelp that is
Skrelp's speed
doing the
is
same
30.
thing.
Jacob, are you gonna do this for every episode?
Yes. This is significant. This is going to be a significant part of my decision. Is
our arguments has all to do with whether the hotter anime chick is.
Well, let's see. The anime chick for Skrelp, the first thing that came up, appears to be this girl in cutoffs with a gas mask.
I don't like that.
It matches Skrelp.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
I'll tell you,
here's
look,
one.
if you want to date Skrelp, she can't run away. The speed's only 30. She's not going nowhere.
Damn. If that's its lowest stat, that makes
Yeah.
that makes it virtually useless.
Its stat total is 320.
That makes it virtually useless.
When
Well-
it evolves, its stat total is only 494.
Damn. Wait, hold on. Let me look at Toxapex.
That's special defense, though.
Yeah.
Even
To be
when
fair,
it evolves, its
pretty
speed is
decent.
44.
Pretty decent, right? But it's 4 times weak against fairy, right? So any fairy move is gonna fuck it up.
It does sound like for a not fully evolved Pokemon, Skrelp can hold its own pretty well, which is really solid.
Also, Skrelp
But so can Marini.
is less than 2 feet tall and weighs 16 pounds.
So I'm doing this image search on Toxapex, and I'm coming with 2 color variations. Is one of them a shiny, or is this male and female?
Shiny,
One
I
of them
think.
shiny.
One of them shiny.
The pink or
Yeah,
pink one's
it's
shiny.
pretty cool. Decent.
Okay.
That's pretty
I think-
cool
yeah,
shiny though.
Yeah, that one's shiny because that's the regular one.
Is there a significant difference between the male and female sprites for Toxapex?
What did you say?
Not every
What did you
Pokemon
say?
is like that.
Is there a significant difference between the male and female sprites for Skrelp?
Don't think
No.
so.
Mm.
Nothing crazy.
So I do like Skrelp's look a lot, and I like sort of the attitude it gives me because it brings me back to my middle school years.
But
But my main question still remains: how does Skrelp improve upon or change from the design and aesthetic of like Kingdra?
Oh, it's just emo.
It's just the sad, poisoned version of him. the sad, depressed, I'm not horsey.
I wish I were Horsey.
I wanna
Horsey gets all the
take a
love.
second to bring up the fact, what game is Skrelp from?
X and Y.
And what does Skrelp contribute to the
To the
to
game.
the game?
The game that I haven't played. Because we.
Damn. Damn.
I think me and you know why I haven't played that game. but-
Yeah, it's probably because this just leads to my point.
No, I didn't.
If
play
you're
that. I
making
didn't
the
play that
argument,
game because somebody took the game and I never got it back. Yeah,
I promise it wasn't me.
It was him. But that's why
I was about to say though, if you're making the argument that Skrelp is lesser because X and Y are games you don't like, I can't count it because we're not arguing about
games.
games.
It's not about games that I don't like. It's that I don't feel like Skrelp contributes to the French aspect of the game itself.
That actually is a really good point.
Whereas Marini and Toxapex really does add to the Alolan, the Hawaiian aspect of the game.
How would you say Toxapex adds to the Hawaiian aspect, or at least more so?
I believe the high crown starfish or whatever.
Crown of Thorns.
Crown of Thorns starfish.
A la Jesus.
I believe it's native to the area.
Okay.
I would assume that's why they picked it. I could be completely wrong, but at least the island aspect is where it's going to be seen.
It is perhaps most common in Australia, but can occur in tropical and subtropical latitudes from the Red Sea and East African coast, across the Indian Ocean, and across the Pacific Ocean to the west coast of Central America.
So no, has nothing to do with
So
Hawaii.
you might see one every once in a while, but it's not a regular occurrence.
Right,
In
but
Hawaii.
yeah, that's true. I
Also,
look,
Melikilikimaka, everybody.
I'm going to go ahead and Google Sea Dragon France. See if that brings any news.
Now you're gonna get like
Well, is it
you're gonna
just-
get like medieval actual sea dragons.
Well, the number one thing that pops up is unrelated to this entirely. It's called a Tarrasque, and it's a fearsome, legendary, dragon-like mythical hybrid from Provence. Yeah, it looks like this human face with like a lion mane with these spines.
It looks like a titan. It looks like a titan lion.
Oh no!
It does. It looks like I should be
that.
attack-oning it.
I hate it. I hate it. Put it away.
So Skrelp wins there.
I don't know about that.
Attack on Titan lion.
Regardless of the specific place of Toxapex, I still think that the sea aspect of the creature itself adds to the feeling of being in the islands.
I mean, they got water.
But they do. I mean, France is really diverse of a place, but I just feel like the Pokemon that they just picked it because they needed a poison water Pokemon.
Oddly enough, it looks like sea dragons are native to Australia as well. Why does every cool water Pokemon come from Australia?
Because there's only like 4 fish. I don't know. We're cool.
Yeah, because Australia is the most dangerous place in the fucking world as far as animals.
Yeah, they've got them all because they just. I need to borrow you for a second, Nathan. Yeah.
Here's Nathan. We're using his studio to record this.
What's up, guys? So are Pokemon based from Australia because there are more animals in Australia, and I need you to answer this specifically. So that Jacob can make a decision of these 2 Australian animals.
Right.
Well, is Australia have all these crazy animals because they just kill animals less, or is it because the animals are more badass?
I think just because the animals are more badass.
Okay, so if they're more badass, which is more badass? The starfish that pokes you and poisons you to death, or the tiny seahorse that also poisons you to death? They both poison you to death.
Let me phrase the question this way, Nathan.
Yeah.
As an Australian,
Yeah.
would you say that the sea dragon is more French than the starfish is Hawaiian?
This is incredibly important.
I've seen, from my personal knowledge, I've seen more starfish in Australia, in the wild, than I have seahorse.
Does that mean the seahorse is more French?
So.
Well, I mean, they're not hanging out off of
Australia.
Australia.
If they're not in Australia, they gotta be somewhere.
Well, that means the seahorse poisons you without getting caught.
Oh, dang! I was about to give it to Toxapex, but I think Kenneth is coming in here for a
I
late
don't know,
game shot.
but there's the opposite argument where you want to touch the starfish. It's gonna kill you because you want to touch it. I want to touch it. James does touch it, and James doesn't die. But that makes James less
you want to touch this? Would you not want to touch a seahorse more than a starfish?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of sea creatures in general, so they gross me out. But I am super much a fan of crabs and starfish and things that don't move.
You're a fan of crabs. Can you cut that out for a bit later?
Yeah, can you just give us a clean take on that one?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of crabs.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to use that as a bit later.
Yeah, you're going to throw it in my face.
Let's see. This is actually a tough decision because I started off pretty hardcore Toxapex, and Kenneth, you really brought me around on Skrelp. I like Skrelp's aesthetic. I like that he's sort of a mood personified.
Oh yeah, Skrelp is like, Mom, stop coming in my room.
I will give it. I will give it its creativity because man, they could have just made another horsey, and they really were like, let's just make it a really moody.
Yeah.
And they did it well. His design is great.
My heart kind of continues to say Toxapex.
Stay true to you, Jacob. Stay true to you.
Here's the thing, though. I think you brought me around. Let's give it to Skrelp. All right.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah. Just so you know, Skrelp also has a medium fast leveling up rate.
So I'm giving it to Skrelp. And I want to clarify for future episodes that I think the reason I'm giving it to Skrelp is primarily because he has such a distinct aesthetic. I kind of know what his deal is just looking at him. I like that he's a creative design. And I do like that actually I think he does add something to the the horsey Seadra type of seahorse.
And Kane, just because he doesn't look French, but he's from France, it's called immigration, Kane.
That's a fair point. I was just making an argument, Kenneth. I like Skrelp too.
You want to build a wall around France?
I would use Toxapex more than I would use a Dragalga, but Dragology, algae. I don't know.
Yeah,
Dragon algae.
And the parts that kept bringing me back to Toxapex were a lot of the ones where he has such a personality, and talking about the stuff that he does in the anime was pretty helpful. I like that.
One Toxapex that has personality.
Agreed, but there's one Pikachu, and that's the one that everybody loves. So could we get a Pokemon Let's Go Skrelp?
Let's go Skrelp.
Let's do it. Let's.
Clawitzer.
Oh, gross.
That's his partner.
That is his, yeah.
That's his partner.
There's like another core fish, basically.
Yes.
That's exactly what they were.
They're,
They were the other ones.
What was it called?
Clawitzer, like a claw howitzer.
Clawitzer.
Which, when you look at it, it's exactly what it's a claw howitzer.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, he's just a
core fish.
howitzer crab. That's all he is.
He's too much. He's too much.
But they're just the generation exclusive pair.
Yeah.
For X and Y.
Yeah. Whereas I don't think Toxapex is. I think Marini's both games.
Oh, and I did genuinely like that I saw some really interesting art of Toxapex because I think it means that it has a community that has an interesting eye for.
Right, absolutely. So
the
everybody, Google search. What exactly did you Google?
I literally just Google searched Toxapex, and it was one of the earliest images that came up on an image search. I like her. She's solid. She's wearing a bow. They kind of turned the shell into a little umbrella, but she's also wearing like a bell gown.
10 out of 10.
But I'm afraid Skrelp has to be the ultimate winner here.
Pokemon, let's go Skrelp.
Get on it, Nintendo.
Let's go Skrelp. Let's go Clawitzer.
Alright, so that brings the score Kenneth 1, Kane 0.
And Skrelp moves down the bracket. Thank you very much, everybody. And you can join us here next time. I won't tell you what Pokemon they are. Or actually, do you want me to tell you what Pokemon they are and you just don't know who gets it?
We'll keep it a secret for now, and then we'll see how it plays out after the first few episodes of this. But we'll ask you guys, would you rather know beforehand, and then would you rather pick and choose the sets that you see? We won't know until we record, but would you rather pick and choose the sets you see for the next episode?
I'm willing to give or retain as much information as you guys would like to have.
Either way, as soon as it'll start happening, we'll do it in the description, and you can click on what you want to see next.
Yeah, we'll see if we can run a poll or something. Fantastic. All right, thank you, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
Get that bread.